Throughout history, many inventors have set out to change the world with serious ideas, only to create something that ended up being far more amusing than practical. While some of these inventions were intended to revolutionize industries, they instead became the subject of humor, leaving people scratching their heads and wondering what went wrong. Here are the top 10 funniest inventions that were meant to be serious. 1. The flying car. The concept of a flying car has been a serious goal for engineers for decades. While the dream of flying cars still persists, the versions that have been created often look more like futuristic scooters with wings than the sleek, Jetson-esque vehicles we imagined. Though we've had some advancements, the flying car often seems more like a novelty than a practical mode of transportation, so much so that it's become the punchline of jokes about future tech. 2. The self-cleaning oven. While self-cleaning ovens were designed to make cooking and cleaning easier, their reality often leaves much to be desired. These ovens typically require the user to run a high-temperature cycle that can cause smoke, unpleasant odors, and even minor damage. The idea of set it and forget it for a cleaning cycle has led to countless kitchen disasters, making it one of the funniest inventions that were far more aspirational than effective. 3. The Baby Mop. The Baby Mop, a onesie with attached mop pads, was designed to make cleaning floors easier by having babies crawl around the house and mop as they go. Intended as a practical tool for parents, the concept quickly became a source of comedy. While it may offer a certain level of cleanliness, it also raises questions about safety, hygiene, and the ethics of putting babies to work in such an unconventional way. 4. The zippered pants skirt. In an attempt to merge fashion with practicality, the zippered pants skirt was designed to combine a pair of pants and a skirt into one hybrid garment. By unzipping the pants at the knees, the user could create a skirt for a breezier, more comfortable experience. However, the awkward appearance and confusing concept made this invention a punchline rather than a fashion trend, leaving many to wonder if the world was ready for such a bold design. 5. The shoe umbrella. Inspired by the idea of keeping shoes dry in the rain, the shoe umbrella is a tiny umbrella that fits over the toe of a shoe, supposedly shielding it from wet conditions. While it may sound practical, in reality, it doesn't do much to protect shoes and looks completely absurd. The tiny umbrella doesn't cover enough area to be effective, and the overall concept often results in more laughs than rain protection. 6. The hoverboard, before it hovered. Before hoverboards became the popular, self-balancing scooters we know today, the original designs were supposed to hover off the ground, much like the ones seen in Back to the Future. However, the reality was far from impressive. Early prototypes featured bulky designs that didn't actually hover, leading to a lot of failed attempts and embarrassing falls, all of which were anything but futuristic. 7. The Nose Stylus. The Nose Stylus was invented with the idea of allowing people to use their smartphones without touching the screen with their fingers. Instead, users would navigate their phones by touching the screen with their noses. While it was a creative solution for hands-free interaction, the idea quickly became a joke. It seemed like a truly bizarre and uncomfortable way to interact with your device, and it never gained much traction as a serious tool. 8. The Antigravity Chair. Intended to provide a weightless feeling for users, the Antigravity Chair promised a revolutionary relaxation experience. While the idea of being suspended in midair sounds enticing, the reality was far less impressive. The chair ended up being little more than a recliner with a fancy name. It couldn't deliver the floating sensation it promised, leaving customers confused and somewhat disappointed by the lack of gravity-defying magic. 9. The Smart Fork. The Smart Fork was designed to help people eat more mindfully by vibrating when the user eats too quickly. The device was intended to encourage healthier eating habits and discourage overeating, but the result often ended in awkward situations where the fork would buzz at inconvenient times, leaving users frustrated. Instead of enhancing mealtime, it became more of a quirky novelty. 10. The flotation suit. Aimed at providing a more comfortable and stylish alternative to traditional life jackets, the flotation suit was a full-body garment designed to keep individuals afloat in water. Unfortunately, the suit looked more like a giant, uncomfortable wetsuit and didn't offer much more functionality than a basic life vest. The concept quickly became a source of amusement, as the suit resembled something more fitting for a space mission than for safety on the water. While many of these inventions were meant to solve real problems, their execution often resulted in something far more comedic than functional. These absurd ideas may not have changed the world, but they certainly gave us a good laugh along the way. Whether through awkward designs or impractical features, These inventions are a reminder that not all ideas turn out the way we expect them to.